Are you looking for the best travel camera? In this video, we will look at some of the best travel cameras on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Here is Sony's first beginner-oriented, entry-level full-frame mirrorless camera, the Sony A7C. It's a great camera, I'll tell you that right now, but there are also some significant qualms I have that make me hesitant to recommend it compared to some of the other cameras available today. Indeed, full-frame mirrorless cameras are becoming increasingly common now, with Canon, Nikon, Sony, Panasonic, and Sigma all having competition priced at under $2,000. In a previous article, I compared the three newest cameras, including the A7C, $1,798 plus the Nikon Z5, $1,296, and the Panasonic S5, $1,997. Believe it or not, but to be totally honest, spoiler alert, the Sony A7C wasn't the hands-down winner. The market is getting that competitive. Sony's mirrorless technology does have advantages, but let me just put it this way, and let me know if it makes sense. Sony definitely did not make an A5 to compete directly with the Panasonic, Nikon 5s. They made the A7C, and I'm inclined to assume that the C stands for consumer. Sony is smart though, and the A7C makes that clear. The camera's strengths are exactly the types of features that will be attractive to any beginner, consumer, or even serious, experienced hobbyist. Oppositely, the camera's omissions or weaknesses are only going to matter to the aspiring professionals or current pros who may have already worked with, say, a Sony A7 III and therefore might know what they're missing when they hold an A7C. Without any further ado, I'll dive into this Sony A7C review and explain which types of photography the camera could be perfect for, where it might fall short, and which exact advantages or disadvantages you might want to give extra consideration to, depending on what type of photography or videography you do. At a glance, the Sony A7C is basically a full-frame version of the entry-level Sony A6100 or A6400. It adds a fully articulating LCD screen on the outside, and IBIS stabilization on the inside, but honestly, it really is a full-frame version of Sony's most beginner-oriented camera. This makes the camera one of the lightest, most compact full-frame cameras on the market, which is perfect for some photographers. However, it also means that anyone who is looking to get really advanced, and do a lot of high-end work, might really miss certain things like the dual command dials, dual C1, C2 top buttons, etc. Number 2. Resurrecting a popular design from its past proves fruitful for Olympus. Not only does the Olympus OM-D EM5 look great, it takes great pictures, meeting or exceeding the quality of some pretty surprising competitors. Its interface is designed with photographers in mind, with ready control dials and a smart interface, all in a very small package. Attractive body design, well-built, weather-sealed body. Excellent image quality, excellent image stabilization. Very fast autofocus, exposure compensation dial changes easily. Small buttons, no in-camera chromatic aberration correction. Bundled flash is weak, video compression artifacts with rapidly moving subjects. Body-only pricing for the Olympus EM5 starts around $1,000, with availability from April 2012. Two body colors are available, black and silver. In addition to the body-only kit, there are also two kits including lenses. The black version of the EM5 body and M Zuiko Digital 14-42mm f3.5-5.62R lens costs about $1,100. Alternatively, a black version of the M Zuiko Digital ED 12-50mm f3.5-6.3 EZ lens is available with either the black or silver EM5 body, for $1,300. Raising the excitement around its Micro Four Thirds cameras, Olympus added a new branch to the line with the OM-D EM5. Once again, Olympus resurrected both the name and appearance of a successful camera line from the company's past to appeal to the sense of nostalgia we're seeing return to the digital camera space. The new digital camera upgrades the sensor to 16 megapixels and includes a built-in electronic viewfinder, both firsts for an Olympus badged MFT camera. Available in both black and silver starting April 2012, the new camera is also somewhat pricey, starting at $1,000 body only, $1,100 with a standard 14-42mm lens, and $1,300 with the unique 12-50mm f3.5-6.3 EZ lens pictured at right. Though the viewfinder housing is shaped like a pentaprism, there is no pentaprism underneath. Many might cry foul over this choice, but it makes sense. Rather than make their camera look like a modern, smooth molded plastic camera, they pulled from their own past, returning to an easily recognizable form. But I can't deny that a flood of analytical thoughts and emotions washed over me when I first set eyes on the OMD EM5. Was I impressed or put off? Did they hit the right notes? Is it too similar or not similar enough to the old OM line? Am I overanalyzing and underappreciating because I'm afraid I'm a little too fond of bringing back the old camera forms? Number 3. The Fujifilm X-T32 is just a slight update to one of our highest rated cameras. Fuji could have done more, but it still remains one of our favorite affordable interchangeable lens. Day Fujifilm X-T32, $899.95 body, is a modest update to the original X-T30, a compact mirrorless camera that appealed to both budding photogs and enthusiasts. The new edition features upgraded memory that unlocks support for a few new imaging processing features, but, otherwise, it's the same camera that earned our Editor's Choice and Best of the Year awards back in 2019. The X-T32 isn't as groundbreaking as its predecessor because the landscape is more competitive now, but it's still among the best you can get for the price and worthy of our Editor's Choice Award. A well-populated X-lens system doesn't hurt matters, either. We've got Fujifilm to thank for the retro-style movement in digital cameras. The original X100 opens in a new window, from 2010 turned heads with its 70s-era looks, and subsequent releases have retained that old-school style. The X-T30i's prominent top plate control dials and leatherette wrap make it look like an old film camera from afar, especially if you opt for the two-tone silver and black finish. It's also available in all black. The version we received for evaluation, the X-T32, is slim at about 3.3 by 4.7 by 1.1 inches, HWD, without a lens. It weighs just 13.3 ounces with a battery and memory card loaded. It sports a small hand grip too. It handles best with smaller lenses, so it's worthwhile to step up to the Fujifilm X-S10, $999.95, and its ampler hand grip if you prefer big zooms and wide aperture primes. Fujifilm omits dust and splash protection from this model. If you're an all-weather photog, look at a sealed option like the X-T3 or X-T4 to take advantage of Fujifilm's weather-resistant WR lenses. We're reviewing the body-only configuration of the X-T32, but it's also available with a kit lens, the XC15-45mm f3.5-5.6 power zoom for $999.95, or the XF18-55mm f2.8-4 for $1,299.95. The camera hardware is slightly upgraded compared with the X-T30, but most of the changes are under the hood. A bigger allocation for memory allows for some additional firmware features, for instance. Otherwise, the autofocus system enjoys some updates that bring tracking and eye detection in line with the Enthusiast X-T4. The classic negative film simulation is now an option. The 4K video record time is now 30 minutes instead of 10 minutes, and 1080p now goes to 240 FPS for slower slow motion. On the outside, the rear LCD sports a higher resolution. This all amounts to an interim update.